Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to another CryptoManiacs podcast. And you're probably saying, it's just you, John. Why is it just you if you're watching this? But if you're listening to it, you're going to hear the sweet melody sounds of Taskmaster in the background. Task is in his car. He's in his car, and this is dedication. You want to explain to the listeners, Task, what you're doing in your car and why there's no video today?
Well, bouncing in and out, so I don't know how well this will work. But Hurricane Ian took out some of our power lines, I guess, including my place. And I got a freezer, I'm sure, full of melted stuff. And so, do with what we can, try to get up and cell phone charged. And so,
dang, man. Rough few days here for Task, man. Hopefully you can listen to the questions. We don't have a ton of questions, so I guess it's kind of like a blessing. We don't have too many questions, but do you want to can you see the screen, and can you hear me okay if we get into them?
Yeah, how do I sound? Do I sound broken up? You're breaking up at times, but
yeah, you sound you're looking. You got a yellow bar, and there seems to be a little lag. So, but when you do come in, you come in fine.
Yeah, I mean my signal's not the strongest, but do you want to go for it? Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Sounds good. Let me share the screen now. We'll get right into this. No messing around. No excuses was the name of the show, which is kind of funny because here we are. We're improvising tonight, guys. We're improvising. We're going to have some fun. No excuses was the question. We got some really good questions. Not a ton, so we'll be able to get through this. So Task can get into your questions too, folks. So let's dive right in. We got Jimmy first up. He says, in the spirit of spreading love to other platforms on Hive, Ecency is heading towards the top of my list of dApps and front ends. What are your thoughts about Ecency? Task, have you used Ecency?
I don't use Ecency. I mean, from what I understand, people use it. It's a pretty popular app, but I haven't used. I can't speak anything firsthand. But hey, anything's the user experience on Hive better is thumbs up in my book. I'm not. I'm not. What do you call it? Front end centric in the sense of everybody has to use Leo Finance or CTP. I mean, it's
right.
I have no problem. Evolves, the better Hive evolves, better it is, better it is. I mean, it's this tribalism that we want kind of ridiculous too.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad. Let me just I'll just say Ecency for me is really good. It's on my first page on my phone apps. I use it quite a bit. So for me personally, I use it a lot. I think it's great. Back in the day with the blockchain that shall remain nameless, Partico was like a must-have for me. It changed my entire experience. So I absolutely loved it. I think any mobile apps, the more mobile friendly Hive apps become, the better. Even the Splinterlands mobile app is fantastic. Lots of cool things being built on Hive, but I'm definitely a fan of Ecency. Really, really cool. So yeah, Task is having some connection issues, so we'll just go through it. Well, he's back. Let's see how he's doing now. We'll see how he is, if he's back, if he's he's still red barring. Still red barring. Now he's green barring.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're lagging, but it's you seem to be red barring and then green barring too, so it's kind of
Yeah, I'm trying to find a place I get a little signal, but
Yeah.
so did you hear what I had to say about
Yep.
decency?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And I agree. I mean, it's so funny for me. I'm really like, if I'm logged into Leo Finance and I click a link and I'm on Leo, I start using Leo. If I click a link, I'm on CTB Talk, I start using CTB Talk. If I click a link, I'm on Peak D, I start using Peak D. I'm really not, it's not like loyal to any of them. I love them all. So we all have our preferences, but I'm really not like, oh, this one is awful. So I think decency is great. There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Tokenized Society is up. He says, hey, Maniacs, what do you think will be the short-term and long-term effects of the RC delegation feature? Not necessarily on the price of Hive, but on the ecosystem as a whole. So this is RC delegation, which is coming in Hard Fork 26, which, crossing fingers, is supposed to be October 11th. So a little less than 2 weeks away. What do you think, Tass, is going to be the short-term and long-term effects of this?
I don't think it'll have too much an effect. I think long-term, it makes it a lot easier for the applications to onboard people. And they can delegate RC instead of high power. And so I think, the bottom line is there's a lot of RC that's not used. I mean, you have a lot of RC, John, I have a lot of RC, and we don't use it each day. That's hard to deny. So if we can put that RC to use while still maintaining the high power, that maybe for you and I, it doesn't make a big difference, but for applications, I think it'll make a big difference, especially since applications then can hold their high power, not only do the curating to entice more people to use the applications, but they can keep claiming accounts, which is a big.
Yeah, for sure. And wherever you are is perfect reception, man. So just stand wherever you are for the next little bit, and you're golden. You got perfect connection. So still.
Well, you're coming through broken up, but.
Oh wow, really?
That's okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, for the RC delegation, for me too. I mean, coming from someone who owns a couple of applications on Hive, we onboard, quite a few people, and the way that we onboard is they literally have to request accounts. You got to set accounts up for them, which is cool, but they have no resource credits, so it's a little tougher to onboard people. So anything that lets applications and communities help onboard and make it easier for people to get into Hive, the better. So we're excited for it. I know Blaine will love it, especially on the back end. So short term, you're not going to see a massive boost, I think, in the overall economy, but long term, I think this is a big win. So that's my official statement on it, Tokena. Thank you for the question. Sounds good. Dev Press is up. He says, I am kind of worried about, I'm kind of worried how the market is down and the general sentiment is not good towards crypto. Also, a lot of products are turning into scams. Only we feel safe inside of Hive, but outside there's chaos going on. How do you guys handle the chaos in the crypto market? Well, I mean, for me, I don't really care. I mean, that sounds really bad, but, do we want to see Bitcoin at 60K again? Sure. I mean, great, because then people are excited and we're all making a lot of money and we're living happily ever after. But I don't pay attention, honestly, to what else is going on, like price wise. I don't care if we're in a bear market. I've been using Hive now for almost 5 years, and I've used it in bear markets. I've used it in bull markets. I use it on Mondays. I use it on Tuesdays. I think when again you have the use case community and development, it's there because it's this big elephant in the room, but it's not the driving factor for using crypto. And it's why it's so important to have actual use case with this stuff, because if not, you're attached to price. You're totally attached to price, and if the prices are going down, everyone's grumpy and they're selling, and it's everything is scummy. But as you know, how do you stay away from the scams and stuff? This is where things like Hive excel, because there's a track record. There's a history, there's a portfolio of value, how I always like to call it. You see this in specifically in Hive, but other crypto projects too. I'm not saying it's just unique to Hive, but you stay away from the stuff because you're not driven to the price of something. You're not driven to, oh, everyone else is talking about it, so I'm going to jump in on it. That's where you get into trouble. I think when you have a home, you have built a relationship with the community, you feel like you're adding value, people are adding value to you, that's the crypto projects to focus on. Read a few white papers, man. Doesn't go wrong either. But what about you, Task? How do you handle the chaos that is the crypto markets?
I just go off grid. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm worried about the crypto market the last 2 days. Couldn't even check. I mean, my sentiment's similar to yours. I mean, yeah, you look at price as a barometer.
he just got booted. He just got booted. We are having fun on the show today, guys. This is that. I hope you guys know this is dedication. This is dedication that we are here, and we are showing up no matter what, man. No excuse. We roll with it. This is what we do. We are the CryptoManiacs. And he's back. Let's see if he's back. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got him back. I thought he had fantastic connection and then just dropped. Task,
I'm back, I think.
Sir? Yes, sir.
Well, to start over, it's I'm like you. The price is down, the price is up. Okay, it's interesting information, but it doesn't change what I do each day. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's more scams out there now than there were before. In fact, I find it highly unlikely there's more scams during a bear than there were during the bull. It's just people are more sensitive to it. It's like Dev Press, the sentiment sucks, and so everything negative is magnified even more. So you go back to the development utility community that you always talk about, John.
Yeah, and it helps you keep a level head, I think, too, because you know when price is down, you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to accumulate more by being more active. When price is up, it's like, hey, we're living the Vita Loca now. So, yeah, for sure. And I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, Dev Press, at all. I don't pay attention to it because it doesn't. Like the price of Bitcoin, what it trades at in 3 days from now has no bearing on what I'm doing on Hive day to day. And I think that's the big message, that we just keep on keeping on. So Task is having some fun with that connection, that's for sure. Let's see. He's coming back. He's back. He's back. We have got a question from CST90. And he says, I'm sure you have checked out HiveFest 2022. Can you guys crown some of the best presentations in the following categories? Most informative presentation, best performance, most innovative project, most valuable project for the Hive community, and which project would you have liked to see at HiveFest that wasn't there? Well, Splinterlands, because I'm a DGen, but Splinterlands is doing their own event right now. They're doing it next weekend. This time next week, they'll be doing theirs. So the one that I would have loved to see at HiveFest is obviously Splinterlands. But Task, do you have a most informative, a best performance, most innovative, and most valuable project? Do you have any?
No.
Have an overview?
I'm the Oscars. I mean, it's, listen, you can get all excited about projects, but keep in mind, not all projects are successful. So you have to be very intuitive to that. It's not saying that the people with bad intentions, they certainly.
He's having a heck of a time with his connection. So, yeah. Most informative. I think the most informative is always going to be block trades and how just because they're core developers. They're leading the charge. That would definitely be most informative. Best performance got to be Steve C with the guitars, right? I mean, come on, got to be Steve C. Most innovative project. They're all pretty innovative, but like Task was saying, not all of them are going to be hugely successes. Nothing really, necessarily stuck out for me as being the most innovative. I love everything being developed on Hive, and most valuable project. Same kind of answer. When you're adding value to this blockchain, I don't really stack it. Kind of like what Tass was saying, where it's not really the Oscars because we don't have a most valuable or most innovative. I like it all, and I know that's kind of the easy answer, but it's like I have my preferences. Obviously, you guys know I'm a Splinterlands degen, but Splinterlands, is just one tip of the iceberg here. I love what Leo does. I'm a huge fan of everything Leo is building. I love Peak D. I think their entire ecosystem is fantastic and their front end is great. I love everything they're doing with ActiveFit. I'm a huge fan of ActiveFit. I use ActiveFit every single day. Like2, I'm this huge, massive fanboy of Like2 right now. I think it's fantastic. So it's most innovative, most valuable. I truly believe it all helps. It all helps this blockchain grow with actual use case. That's the kicker. That's the key. Actual use case here. So for me, again, the one I wished was there was Splinterlands, but that's understandable because they're doing their Splinterfest next week. But I just said when you left Task, the most informative presentation I would always give to block trades and how just so we know what's going on with the blockchain and they're the core devs. So that would be my pick for most informative.
Yeah, because that's what it all works. So foundation and what is those apps.
Yeah, for sure. My Path to Fire says, as we approach the end of Q3, what are some of the highlights of the year of Hive for you so far? What has most excited you for the last 3 months? Dude, beating dead horse, man. I loved first of all, I loved Threads. I thought Leo Threads is a really good offering to the community. I think that's showcasing what can happen, the potential for it. So really excited about that. And for me personally, obviously being a Splinterlands degen, just all about what's going on with Splinterlands. It just keeps getting better and better there. So that would be my 2 picks. I know some of the back end stuff really is important. Obviously, for a user, I don't necessarily see that day to day, but I understand the importance of it long term. So yeah, that would be my picks. Leo Threads and all the Splinterlands development for sure. So what do you think, Taz? What's got you most excited over the past 3 months?
Believe it or not, I agree with you. Splinterlands is even though I'm heavily into the game, and Threads was a big proof of concept, and so we'll see how much more we can evolve it from there.
This is definitely a CryptoManiacs show for the ages. This is interesting. Let's take Lisa's last question because this is it's a little tough doing this, but we'll say to Lisa, what is HSBI? Is there another token to hold? What is the use case? Where can I find information about it? So what is HSBI? It's Hive, or it used to be SBI, so Steam Basic Income. Really cool project created by Joseph Savage. It's been around for years, and then they made the transition, so they came over to Hive. So it's basically Hive stake-based income. So it's a really cool project. You can reward people with SBI tokens. Every time you reward someone with an SBI, you get an SBI, and it votes content. So it's a really cool way to increase engagement, to get some votes for your content, especially giving it to others, so that they feel that what they're doing is of value. Really cool project. The best way to find information about it is through their Discord. That would be the easiest way, but it's not a token that's traded on Hive Engine at all. So it's not that type of token. It's a buy and hold. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure if you can sell it. I'm not totally sure. I think it's just you get it. People give it to you, and you kind of just have it in your account. And the more of these that you stack, the more votes you get. So it's a cool little project and a way to increase engagement. I have found for people on the blockchain. So that's what HSBI is. Really cool project. I've met Joseph Savage in person. Really good dude, and he's trying to build something pretty special there. So the best way to find information is through the Discord. The Discord is called. It's literally called SBI. So I'll find the link for you. Share it with you so that you can have it. So yeah, guys. Well, your task is back there. Let's see if it comes back up. Hello, 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 hello.
Yep.
Hey, man.
Can you hear me?
So yeah, I figured, just because you're having connection issues and stuff, and there wasn't a ton of questions, we can shut it down, and we could do a nice a re-up on the session next week for the questions and get people's questions if we didn't get them answered for people, post again, but we got through them. Just because you're having issues, man, we don't need to drag it on and on. So that good? That okay? You all right?
Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. Sorry about the technical difficulty. Can't control the weather or
Dude,
the communication system.
yeah, no worries, man. Stay safe, stay dry, and enjoy your weekend.
Oh, the weather's beautiful now. I mean, the best weather for hurricanes is the day before and the day after.
Yep. During it's hell, but you get through it. There you go. So cool. Thank you guys for coming.
Yep.
And we will see you next week. Toodles.
Ciao.